and less than 1% had even little problems. A couple had minor glitches, but it's substantially less than 1%. So out of 80 billion deposits, less than 1%, and that gets corrected immediately. So just please do as I say, you'll get them very quickly, very easily. Today I'm also announcing that Secretary Perdue, who happens to be right next to me, handsome man, and the Department of Agriculture will be implementing a $19 billion relief program for our great farmers and ranchers as they cope with the fallout of the global pandemic. Very honored to be doing this. Our farmers, ranchers, we have these are great people, great Americans. Never complain, never complain. They just do what they have to do. The program will include direct payments to farmers as well as mass purchases of dairy, meat, and agricultural produce to get that food to the people in need. The USDA will receive another $14 billion in July that will have funding to continue helping, and this will help our farmers and our ranchers, and it's money well deserved. So not only were they targeted at one point by China, and it was over a period of time, and you saw that happening, and they never complained, but that worked out very well. $12 billion they got, and $16 billion they got, and now it's $19 billion. I'm just going to ask Secretary Perdue to explain exactly how we're going to handle it. Thank you.
Mr. President, you may remember earlier this year, you tweeted a message to our farmers and ranchers that no matter the circumstances, you pledged to stand behind them. And while none of us could ever have anticipated this type of pandemic that we're currently in, I think today's announcement is proof that you have our farmers' backs and that you will continue to do what it takes to support them, and they are very grateful. We've heard a lot recently, all of you, about our food supply chain. I think America now knows that more than ever, the wholesome food that our families depend upon, and starting ranchers. America, agriculture has been hard hit like most of America with the coronavirus, and President Trump is standing with our farmers and all Americans to make sure we all get through this national emergency. So today, thanks to your direction and leadership, Mr. President, USDA is announcing the Coronavirus Food Assistance Program. As you mentioned, this new $19 billion program will take several immediate actions to assist farmers, ranchers, and consumers in response to the COVID-19 national emergency. The program is really divided into two parts. One is a direct payment, $16 billion in direct payments to farmers, ranchers, and producers who experienced unprecedented losses during this pandemic. Since we wanted to get the payments out to producers as quickly as possible, we decided to use the funds in the CCC, the current funds of $6.5 billion, combined with the 19.5 of COVID money, rather than wait for the replenishment of the CCC funds in July.
In 1 mile,
Based
keep
on
left to
industry
take
estimates
US
of damage,
101
Mr.
north towards
President,
Los
it is becoming
Angeles.
apparent that we'll need the additional CCC funds as we continue to track the economic losses. Secondly, and this is really important as well, the USDA will be purchasing $3 billion in fresh produce, dairy, and meat products to be distributed to Americans in need through our food bank networks, as well as other community and faith-based organizations. Having to dump milk or plow under vegetables ready to market is not only financially distressing, but it's heartbreaking as well to those who produce it. This program will not only provide direct financial relief to our farmers and ranchers, Mr. President, but will allow for the purchase and distribution of our agricultural abundance in this country to help our fellow Americans in need. So in recent weeks, we've seen, all of us have seen the heroic patriotism of our food supply chain workers that have shown day
Now
in, day
keep
out,
left to take
doing what
US
will serve
101
the
north.
of fellow Americans. Our farmers have been in the fields, planting and doing what they do every spring to feed the American people, even with the pandemic as we speak. I want to thank you, Mr. President, for your unwavering support. They want to thank you for your unwavering support for America's farmers and ranchers. And I want to commit to you, Mr. President, and to the American people. The USDA will do everything in our power to implement this program as quickly and efficiently as possible to help our farmers, ranchers, producers, and consumers during this such a great time of need. So thank you very much for having me here today.
Xin chào anh Tuấn Phạm, bạn Tuấn Phạm cũng như là mọi người nha. Ngày hôm nay chúng ta sẽ đi một vòng, không phải đi vòng Bolsa nữa mà đi vòng lên thành phố Los Angeles. Đi trên freeway từ quận Cam lên thành phố Los Angeles để thăm một số những cái địa điểm rất nổi tiếng ở thành phố Los Angeles, xem giờ đây thì nó ra sao. Những cái địa điểm nổi tiếng như là đại lộ danh vọng Hollywood, hay là những con đường shopping nổi tiếng ở trên Los Angeles, thành phố thiên thần. Cho tới ngày hôm nay thì bắt đầu Mỹ đã bắt đầu có những cái động thái muốn mở công việc trở lại, đi làm bình thường trở lại. Không phải là bình thường nhưng mà đi làm trở lại, làm việc trở lại. Với 3 cái giai đoạn, 4 giai đoạn, một cách rất thận trọng. Mở ra làm việc nhưng mà mọi người đừng hình dung là nó sẽ như bình thường, mà là mở ra làm việc một cách rất thận trọng. Thí dụ như là vẫn phải thực hành cái biện pháp cách giãn xã hội, đi làm nhưng mà vẫn cứ ra ngoài sinh hoạt vẫn cứ là 6 feet, tức là 2 thước. Ngoài ra là những cái vấn đề như là giữ vệ sinh, rửa tay, hoặc là kể cả đeo khẩu trang cũng đã được đưa vào cái chương trình trong các giai đoạn để mà mở lại trở lại. Có thể nói cái việc mở lại hay không là một cái việc mà bây giờ đang tranh cãi, nhưng mà không thể nào đóng mãi như vậy được, cho nên là mở ra một cách an toàn, thận trọng vẫn là cái điều cần thiết. Mấy bữa nay thì bây giờ chúng ta thấy trước mặt là thành phố Los Angeles bắt đầu hiện ra rồi đó. Mấy bữa nay thì mọi người chắc cũng đã nghe qua một vài cái bản tin là liên quan tới người dân của một số nhóm, của một số các thành phố đã rất là sốt ruột trong cái việc đi làm. Họ đã kéo nhau ra biểu tình, thậm chí có nơi ra biểu tình mà vác luôn cả súng ra, theo cái quyền mang súng theo tu chính Hán thứ hai của mọi người, thì họ mang súng ra luôn. Nhưng mà phải hiểu rằng là người ta mang súng ra là đúng luật. Nhưng mà mang súng là một chuyện, nhưng mà nếu mà hành xử mà không có đúng luật pháp là cảnh sát sẽ ra tay liền. Ở Michigan, Texas, Huntington Beach, vân vân. Cái điều mọi người ra biểu tình để mà đòi hỏi thì cái điều đó không có sai. Nhưng mà cái dở nhất của những cái nhóm biểu tình vừa rồi đó là họ không có an toàn. Tức là biểu tình mà không đem khẩu trang, không đeo khẩu nhau, thì tạo cái điều kiện để lây nhiễm rất hết sức là nguy hiểm. Get out that.
Going to be up to the states to use that capability. The states have local points where they can go, the governor can call the mayors, and the mayors can call representatives, and everything is perfect. And that's the way it should work and always should work. will help New York and all of the other states get even better on their testing. We have to get fast. Will be looked at that over the night, and they're going to start the early stages of the puzzle that we're putting together, and it's going to be together sooner rather than later. A lot of really incredible things are happening, and it's going to be, I think, really with what we're doing on stimulus and helping people keep their businesses together and their lives together and their jobs, it's going to be better than ever before. I hope so. I really do. The current conversation is reminiscent of what happened on ventilators. Remember that when requests were made far beyond what was objectively needed. We were hearing from a certain state, and we were hearing from a lot. They needed far more ventilators. In one case, they wanted 40,000 ventilators, 40,000. It turned out that they had plenty, and they had a number of about 7,000 or 8,000, and that was plenty. We supplied them with a lot, but that was the right number, and we got it just about right. And if they did need more, we're ready to give more. But I think the surge seems to be over, and there are a lot of governors just doing a great job. They're working with us, but we're all working together. The research and development that we've done at the federal level will be saved building a hospital. In New York, we did, I think, just a spectacular job at the Javits Center. And even sending the ship up brought it into COVID, but they didn't really need it. Didn't get much use, but it was there and ready. It wasn't supposed to be used for that purpose. We changed it into that purpose. And it was there, ready, willing, and able. Same with Javits. But they didn't quite need the rooms that the beds that we produced. So we produced almost 2,900 beds, and I think I'd rather tell you that we were over-prepared than we were under-prepared. And that was a good faith effort by
Chúng ta thấy trước mặt là những con đường nổi tiếng của Hollywood, Sunset Boulevard, Hollywood. Here, I take this one.
Was ready to go. Still there should something happen, but I think they have it under very good control. As you'll hear from our experts today, we've already built sufficient testing capacity nationwide for states to begin their reopenings.
Now turn left onto Hollywood Boulevard.
About reopenings in the coming weeks and months. Most excitingly, in the coming weeks, I think you're going to see some very, very dramatic steps taken, and very safely. We're putting safety first. We may be opening, but we're putting safety first. And when you look at the numbers, when you look at the possible number of deaths, 2.2 million people, and it could have very well been that. It could have been more. Frankly, I've been looking at numbers where it could have been higher than that. 2.2 million people dying. If you figure we lost 500,000, maybe 600,000 in the Civil War, 2.2 million people.
Star Boulevard
A
in the
minimum,
back.
if we did nothing, would have been 1.6. If you cut that in half, you're talking about 800,000, 900,000.
Oh yeah.
A million people dying.
Tour
But
beach.
we did a
This
lot
is
of
away from
work, and
Hollywood.
the people
Hollywood's
of this country were
yeah.
incredible, I have to
Okay.
say. And I think
Go,
we're
we
heading to
do the
other
U-turn
territory. That
back.
would be if we did work, and if it was successful, they had between 100,000 and 220,000 to 240,000.
It's okay, we can't do anything but
upside.
protect that cái
And I think we'll be substantially, hopefully below the 100 number. And I think right now we're heading at probably around 60, maybe 65,000. And one is too many. I always say it, one is too many. It's a horrible thing that happened to our country. It's a horrible thing that happened to 184 countries all over the world. It's a horrible thing, and there was no reason for it. It should never ever happen again. In a few minutes, you'll be hearing from Dr. Redfield, Dr. Fauci, Dr. Birx, and Admiral Moore to explain these facts in really great detail. Earlier this week, the FDA authorized 2 new antibody tests, which is very exciting, that will determine if someone has been previously infected with the virus, bringing the total to 4 authorized antibody tests already. This will help us assess the number of cases that have been asymptomatic or
should have a good music for this one.
symptomatic, and support our efforts to get Americans back to work by showing us who might have.
Bây giờ thì khu vực này là khu vực của cộng đồng người Thái.
This war will be made possible by
Ở đây gọi là
America's
Thái Town.
scientific brilliance. There is nothing like us. There is nobody like us, not even close.
Thỉnh thoảng chúng ta thấy có những cái bảng hiệu
Stories what other countries
của người tiếng Thái đó.
to be the leaders.
Thái.
They say it quietly and they say it off the record, but they have great respect for what we can do. And our country is at a point.
Người nào thích ăn gọi là đồ Thái, tức là Thái food, thì đây là cái chỗ.
Nobody had ever attained the best job numbers we've ever had, the best economy we've ever had. Every company virtually was doing better business than ever before. The stock market was at all-time highs. And then one day they said, you got to close it up. And we did the right thing. We saved millions of lives by doing it the way we did it.
Giống như khu Little Sài Gòn thì chúng ta sẽ thấy nhiều bảng hiệu tiếng Việt. Ở đây là chúng ta thấy bảng hiệu tiếng Thái rất nhiều. Nhưng mà không có nhiều bằng bảng hiệu tiếng Việt ở trong khu Little Sài Gòn. Bây giờ chúng ta sẽ quay trở lại để mà đi về cái khu trung tâm của Hollywood. Ở trên đường bây giờ thấy mọi người đi, người Mỹ, người da trắng, người da vàng gì cũng đều là đeo khẩu trang hết rồi. Hy vọng là họ tiếp tục như vậy trong những ngày tới.
And agents accelerate development of the most promising therapies and vaccines. So vaccines are coming along really well. Johnson & Johnson is very well advanced. One thing is they have to have a great.
Bây giờ để ý ở bên tay phải đường nha. Để ý bên tay phải vệ đường là chúng ta thấy có những cái chỗ mà người vô gia cư họ tạm họ dựng lên họ để họ ở đây nè.
Also equipping our medical warriors on the front lines. In total, we have the Project Air Bridge, and the air bridge has been incredible. The National Strategic Stockpile and every other channel the federal government has deployed. If you think about this, 45 million N95 masks, nearly 524 million gloves, 63.5 million surgical masks, and more than 10 million gowns, and we have 500 million masks coming in very soon between manufacturing and orders. 500 million masks. The last few months have been among the most challenging times in the history of our nation. This invisible enemy is tough and it's smart and it's vicious. But every day
chúng ta sẽ quẹo lại ở cái khu trung tâm.
Talk about the light at the end of the tunnel. We are getting very, very close to seeing that light shine very brightly at the end of that tunnel. And it's happening, and I want to thank everybody in the room. I want to thank, I actually want to thank some of the media. We've had some fair coverage, some really fair coverage, and I appreciate it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce our great Vice President, Mike Pence, and he's going to take over for a little while. I'm going to leave, and I'm coming right back, and we'll take some questions. They're going to go over tremendous testing capabilities. And again, I'll be right back. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. President, and good afternoon all. Today, as the President just reflected, it remains a challenging time in the life of our nation. Because of the extraordinary efforts of the American people, because of the strong partnership the federal government has forged with states across the country, we're making progress in America. Despite the tragic loss of more than 36,000 Americans. According to our best data reporting this morning, we continue to see new cases low and steady on the West Coast. And we continue to see cases and hospitalizations declining in the greater New York City area, New Orleans, and Detroit, and elsewhere. This is a tribute, first and foremost to healthcare, doctors, nurses, all of those.
Hôm nay là ngày thứ Bảy cuối tuần, chiều thứ Bảy thường là khu vực này là rất đông khách từ tại đây cũng như là từ du khách từ nhiều nơi tới cái điểm du lịch, một trong những điểm du lịch nổi tiếng nhất.
Continuing to bring in the President's direction the full resources of the federal government to bear. Today, the President approved a major disaster declaration for America and Samoa, and now all 50 states and all territories are under major disaster declarations.
They don't care about the parking lot anymore, right? No parking lot enforcement.
5,500 active duty military
Blinking
personnel
about,
have been
right?
deployed to 9 states,
Oh,
including
blinking.
716 medical professionals, doctors, and nurses deployed out to 14 different hospitals today.
Dường như là ở thành phố Los Angeles trong thời gian gần đây thì
Military personnel were also serving
có thông báo là sẽ không có phạt xe đậu vào những cái chỗ mà cần phải trả tiền đó. Cho nên là chúng ta thấy xe đậu, có những cái chỗ xe đậu mà không có cần phải trả tiền. Mặc dù cái đồng hồ nó vẫn báo động nhưng mà người ta vẫn cứ đậu. Có thể quan sát thấy người hai bên đường đó là bắt đầu người ta đeo khẩu trang. Ở thành phố Los Angeles là ra đường là bắt buộc đeo, chứ không phải là giống như một số nơi khác là có thể đeo hay không. Thành phố Los Angeles là bắt buộc đeo. Có những cái nơi khác thì đeo một cách lựa chọn thôi. Chúng ta thấy là mọi người đều đeo hết rồi. Có thể nói là thành phố Los Angeles có những cái lệnh rất là chặt chẽ trong thời gian gần đây, cho nên là đã giữ được cái mức độ lây nhiễm nó không trầm trọng như là những cái nơi như là New York hay là Michigan.
As the President has made clear, governors will decide the time and manner that their states reopen.
Thường chúng ta thấy mỗi lần muốn băng qua đường đó là mọi người phải bấm cái nút để cái đèn nó báo cho mình đi qua. Bây giờ thì họ đã thiết kế trở lại là coi như là không cần phải bấm nữa, mà chỉ cần vơ tay một cái là nó có thể chạy được. Bên tay phải chúng ta thấy có một đây. Thỉnh thoảng hai bên vệ đường thì chúng ta thấy có những cái lều của người vô gia cư họ cấm họ ở ngay trên đường, ngay trên đại lộ Hollywood này. Chuyện này trước đây thì chắc là không có được phép đâu, nhưng mà trong thời gian tạm thời này thì không có bắt họ. Thậm chí một số thành phố hiện nay là họ luôn nhà nước trả luôn tiền cho những cái khách sạn để mà đưa người homeless vào ở tạm thời. Đây, con đường này người homeless nhiều lắm, người vô gia cư nhiều lắm. Cũng dễ hiểu thôi, cái nơi nào mà có du khách tới nhiều, có người giàu ở nhiều thì tự nhiên cho nên nơi đó có nhiều người vô gia cư. Nếu mà không có người thì họ lại là biến đi. Họ như những con chim bồ câu vậy đó, chỗ nào có đồ ăn họ tới thôi. Những con chim bồ câu hoang. Đây là cái đại lộ mà rất nổi tiếng với những ngôi sao ở trên mặt đường đó. Hollywood, Star Boulevard. Những ngôi sao của các người nổi tiếng. Nơi này có cái Kodak Theater là bạn này hình như đậu vào ha. Okay. Nơi này là cũng đã tổ chức những cái Oscar hàng năm.
very specifically for the governors on Monday. We've also been promoting the development of new and innovative tests. We all know about the 15-minute Abbott test, the FDA is going to do antibody tests.
Đường xá rất đẹp nhưng mà không có người, không có nhiều. Mọi khi là cái chỗ này là giờ này là coi như là đi kín.
As you'll hear from all of our experts tonight,
Okay.
our best scientists and health
Con đường này rất là nhiều những cái địa điểm mà mọi người thường hay ghé. Ví dụ như là có cái Kodak Theater là nơi mà tổ chức Oscar, rồi có cái bảo tàng gọi là kỷ lục thế giới, rồi cái bảo tàng những cái tượng sáp đầu tiên. Sau này thì cái bảo tàng tượng sáp thì nó được nhân rộng ra nhiều nơi lắm. Nhiều lắm, thỉnh thoảng chúng ta sẽ thấy hai bên vệ đường là người vô gia cư, họ cũng lang thang ở đây. Nhưng mà giờ đây thì họ sống bằng cái sự thương hại của du khách, nhưng mà bây giờ thì du khách không có nữa thì rất là kẹt cho họ. Không biết là phải ăn ở đâu, cho nên chắc là những cái ở đây chắc là có những cái tổ chức họ phát thực phẩm thường xuyên ở đây cho những người vô gia cư. Bên tay phải là Hard Rock Cafe, một cái hệ thống cà phê rất nổi tiếng. Chinese Theater, đây là chỗ này, đây là mọi khi là đông nghẹt. Lần đó là phỏng vấn chàng Đàm Vĩnh Hưng cũng ngay khu này. Gặp chàng ở đây xong rồi dẫn đi một vòng ở trên cái khu Hollywood này. Chinese Theater, một cái nhà hát nổi tiếng. Những quầy hàng lưu niệm ở đây là bán rất nhiều. Bây giờ đây thì đóng cửa hết. Giờ mình đảo ngược lại một vòng, xong rồi mình sẽ đi qua cái con đường khác. Những cái con đường nổi tiếng ở khu này cũng gần đây thôi. Yeah. Where's the Sunset Boulevard? Beverly Hill here. So mình đi đến tới đây, quẹo xuống, quẹo trái xuống. Nếu mọi người để ý á, thì sẽ thấy rất là nhiều những cái cây palm rất là mỏng manh, cái thân mỏng manh mà cao. Đây là một cái loại cây mà rất là biểu tượng của thành phố Los Angeles. Rất là nhiều cây palm, cây gọi là cây cọ đó, không phải cây cau nhưng mà là cây cọ đó, họ cau. Khu này là những cái khu mà với nhiều cái chung cư. Ở đây là đi ra khỏi cái khu Hollywood thì tới là những cái chung cư rất là mắc tiền. Mắc tiền mà không dễ để mà đâm đơn mà xin vào thuê. We got to do a U-turn and we go back here and we U-turn back here.
and you do not practice any risk behaviors, you can be guaranteed that next month, 6 months, 1 year from now, you will be negative if you don't have a risk behavior. So there's a big difference there about what testing actually means.
This is like a Hollywood hill right there.
Well, there is clearly a place for needing to test somebody for a given reason. A test means you're negative. The other test is an antibody test. A test that tells you, in fact, that you've been infected. That's really good.
Phía trước mặt là ngọn đồi Hollywood.
Because that would be the ability to take this form, the penetrance of the infection. So you can make an assumption, but we still need to prove that. We're going to assume that you're infected with another one. I think that's a reasonable assumption based on
Chúng ta sẽ vòng lại ở đây đi. Vòng lại cái con đường nãy một cái, xong rồi đi tiếp. Này, yeah, very expensive. Thôi thì chúng ta đi vào chút xíu vào khu dân cư ở trong này cũng được. Với những khu nhà gọi là hết sức là mắc tiền, những khu biệt thự ở trong này. Does this connect back up?
But the emphasis that people are hearing is essentially testing is everything, and it isn't. It's the kinds of things that we've been doing with mitigation strategies that are important. Now, just a couple of things before I hand it over to my colleagues. No doubt,
Để con nói không?
we had a problem. I have publicly said that we
Yeah.
had a problem.
Go back to Hollywood Boulevard.
There was a problem. that
Turn
had
left,
to
turn
be
right.
tackled, and it was correct. It was a problem that was a technical problem from within that was corrected. And it was an issue of embracing the way we had it and should have. The private sector clearly has the capability of making and providing tests at the level that we would need them for any of the things.
Bạn nói bạn nào nhỉ? Bạn Khôi Nguyên Ba nói là đẹp thật. Khu này mà không đẹp thì chắc nước Mỹ không chỗ nào đẹp hơn nữa. Một trong những khu vực mắc tiền nhất của California rồi. Nhà này là nhà siêu giàu không à? Cũng hay lâu lâu rẽ ngang vào những cái con phố nhỏ.
looking at very sick
Thấy.
individuals that you need to take care of. And I know what it means when someone
Đây
tells
này,
you
mình rẽ đây,
you
đây
have
ha.
what you need and you look around and you say,
Chúng ta rẽ vào thêm một lần nữa coi.
but I don't really have what I need. So we have to figure out how do we close that gap. And there are a lot of things that I think we've learned that we are correct, going to correct. Namely, you have a situation where tests are needed and appropriate, and either people have found there's no tests or there's no reagents.
Khu này thì chưa.
Or a person needed a test and were told that there was a restriction, they couldn't get a test. These are all the things that I'm telling you already know because you've heard them. So right now, or there's a delay of 5 to 7 days. And what does that mean if you want to get somebody out of circulation? We understand that existed, but upon careful examination, what you are going to hear, that many of those have been already corrected, and other of those will be corrected. Because what I think people don't appreciate through no fault of their own is that there are two issues. There's supply
This is road.
and demand. And if you have a supply that can meet the demand, but the supply is not connected to demand, then supply-demand falls apart. What do I mean by that? I mean there is existing capacity that we have that for one reason or other
Có thể thấy là con đường của ngày hôm nay hoặc là cỏ dạo này chạy rất là thoải mái. Chứ bình thường lên khu này chạy rất là áp lực. Stress lắm. Xe cộ chạy mệt lắm. Có bạn nào hỏi là có người Việt Nam nhiều ở đây không thì chắc là không thôi. Ít thôi. Người Việt Nam mà thấy nhiều người có tiền mà bắt đầu có tiền nhiều thì họ mua dọc theo những cái khu biển, Huntington Beach hoặc là Newport Beach, nơi mà họ có thể là đằng trước là nhà mà đằng sau là giáp ra với lại cái vịnh để mà họ có thể chạy cano ra luôn. Người Việt Nam hình như là thích biển hơn là thích đồi núi. Oops, we passed that one. Bây giờ thì nó cũng đường phố nó thanh bình hơn, bớt hối hả hơn. Stop Trump. Oops.
we're really coming down to the baseline background of the surveillance system from the overall coronavirus situation. The second thing I wanted to say is that CDC continues to enhance the state's public health capacity to accelerate their ability, as Tony talked about. It's critical as we open America again to diagnose individuals that present with influenza-like illness, a coronavirus-like illness, to diagnose them,
Bây giờ chúng ta trở ra đường lớn trở lại.
and be able to contact trace around them, and then diagnose the contacts and those that are coronavirus positive.
Những khu là những khu chung cư,
Additional public health
rất nhiều những khu chung cư ở đây.
was started in this outbreak in January and February. It was quite successful. Did that isolation and then contact tracing, and it was very successful. Then our use exploded, got beyond public health capacity. Right now, CDC is enhancing that public health capacity. If I can get the second slide, I'll show you that this is just showing, as we sit here today, that CDC has embedded in these health departments in all of these states across this country more than 500 individuals. We also have an additional almost 100 individuals that are working on more than 20 coronavirus outbreaks that are going through all the states. And now, finally, at the direction of the president, we've been
Chúng ta
asking
thấy đằng trước là một chiếc BM
each of the states
cũng thuộc dạng lạ.
so that there's additional public health personnel to help accelerate the state's ability to basically move forward aggressively systems that the president's guidelines.
Một lần nữa đây là khúc đường với những cái ngôi sao trên mặt đất mang tên của những người nổi tiếng, những người có nhiều đóng góp. Ở đây cũng có một cái ngôi sao của ông Tổng thống Trump, mà từ hồi mà đã lập ra tới giờ, từ khi ông lên làm tổng thống thì cái ngôi sao đó bị đập, bị phá liên tục nhiều lần. Bình thường thì cái khu này là vào ngày nào cũng vậy, nhất là cuối tuần, rất là nhiều những cái hoạt động trên đường phố, hoạt động ở trong các cửa hiệu, hoạt động trong các cái nơi lớn ở đây. Ở đằng xa đây chúng ta thấy có một cái con cái hình con khủng long đã được người chủ gắn cái khẩu trang vào mặt cái con khủng long này. Đấy. Đây cũng là một cái thái độ rất là tốt, coi như là vừa là hài hước nhưng mà cũng là vừa là khuyến khích mọi người đeo khẩu trang. Đấy, con khủng long là một trong những cái nhân vật trong các cái phim nổi tiếng ở Hollywood. Đó là cái viện bảo tàng Ripley, Believe It or Not, tức là những câu chuyện hết sức là lạ lùng trên thế giới được thu thập vào đó, triển lãm cho mọi người xem, mua vé vào xem, 20 mấy đô, 30 mấy đô một vé vào. Cửa hàng đóng hết rồi. Đây chúng ta thấy một người vô gia cư đang nằm chơi trọi ở trên mặt đất này.
taking that very seriously because you never want to tell someone that they have an antibody and potential immunity when they don't. And so those tests perform better when there's a high prevalence or high incidence of disease. So we want to work with mayors around the United States as those antibody tests become available to really see what it is in first responders and the highest prevalence states so that we can know about the quality and the real life experience of those assets. Because things can look very good in the lab, and then when you take them into the field, sometimes they're not as good. I've learned this lesson repeatedly.
Nãy giờ là nhìn thấy là hầu như là ai cũng đeo khẩu trang cả, đã bị bắt buộc mà, cho nên là ai cũng đeo cả. Đấy, cũng có những du khách lác đác ở khu này đang chụp hình những ngày gọi là lịch sử. Thành ra có thể nói là với cơn bệnh dịch này thì từ dân nghèo, dân không nhà cho tới gọi là những người mà gọi là triệu phú, tỷ phú đều khốn khổ vì cái vấn đề này. You might want to close up when people are approaching. They can split in. Split in. We go to Western and turn around to Sunset Boulevard. Đây là một trong những cái chỗ có thể nói là sống động nhất của thành phố Los Angeles bình thường. Bây giờ nó đã như thế này rồi, huống hồ những cái chỗ khác. Which you can see now is waiting. They've done throughout the last month 27 tests per 1,000 New Orleans and Louisianians. So 27 per 1,000. So that is a good mark, and that's what Italy has done, about 20 per 1,000. So in evaluating an outbreak and really to get control of this outbreak,
they did about 27 tests per 1,000. So using that as a measure, next slide. We then looked across all the states of the United States of America and looked for states that had 30 or more, ability to do 30 or more tests per 1,000 of their inhabitants in each state. And you can see that across the country, except for Oregon and Maine, and I worked overseas way too long. Thank you all. So those are the 3 states that we're working on building capacity in. So this is just to give you a perspective of how seriously we're taking the testing issue. As we've described, we've measured every single platform in every single state. We know exactly where they are by geography, by address, by zip code, what their capacity is, what their cumulative capacity is, what their roadblocks are on non-ability to run all their full capacity. And we're addressing those because each one
Bây giờ chúng ta sẽ chuyển sang một con đường khác cũng nổi tiếng ở đây. Con đường đại lộ Sunset Boulevard, đại lộ mặt trời lặn Sunset Boulevard, cũng đã đi vào văn thơ nhạc rất nhiều của văn hóa Mỹ. In behind everyone, we don't often talk about the laboratories, we'll talk about the nurses and doctors on the front line. Behind all of them are the laboratory technicians and laboratory directors who are coming in every day and putting things together to ensure that every single person that needs to be diagnosed is diagnosed. And hopefully you can see from these these slides, that really there is capacity out there. It is our job working with the states and having the state in the leadership role and the laboratory directors in the leadership role to provide support to ensure that all the potential for testing in the United States is brought to bear. I just want to end with, these are nucleic acid tests. There will never be the ability on a nucleic acid test to do 300 million tests a day, or to test everybody before they go to work or to school. But there might be with the antigen test. And so that's why there's a role for nucleic acid tests, there's a role for antibody tests, and there's a role for the future development of these other key tests to bring the full ability to the United States. And so when we finish this, we'll be talking to all Americans, because there's other tests that other Americans should have. And I think this has really brought to light the importance of diagnosis. And we'll talk to you further about hepatitis C, TB, and other things that we can do to ensure every American is healthy, because I think this has really raised the awareness among all Americans about how you do tests for different kinds and different parts of your disease state, and what is long-lasting immunity and what may be long-lasting immunity, and what is a nucleic acid test. Con đường Sunset Boulevard.
And with that, Admiral Gerard.
And let me amplify one point as the Admiral steps forward to conclude remarks about our approach and the efforts we've put. Governors across the country have been working very closely with us to roll out the level of testing that we have today. And all the information we presented to you is going to be reviewed in the days ahead with all of our governors. Our objective is to connect every one of America's governors and state health officials and to all of the labs that are currently able to do a coronavirus. But as Dr. Birx, Dr. Fauci both described, we believe today that we have the capacity in the United States to do a sufficient amount of testing for states to move into phase 1 at the time and manner that they deem to be appropriate. With that, I'll allow Admiral Gerard to complete our briefing on testing, and we expect the President.
There's the LA Museum, the one like with the big one, with the glass outside that reflects back. Có đừng làm mất.
Downtown.
Is this not downtown?
It's in downtown. It's not downtown. It's Hollywood.
7-8 billion tests that have and if you are impressed by bar graphs, that's over 1.2 billion tests reported just in the last week. Ambassador Burns talked to me a little earlier. She said, you know, we only do about 2 million molecular tests a year for HIV, something that's been developed for 35 years. We're now doing twice that number of tests in a month for a disease that has never been known before, that there's never been a test developed before, and that's sort of where we are and where we're ranked up. I also want to give you a little idea. The lighter blue or lighter gray is our ID Now tests. So we talk about them a lot. They're point of care tests that can be 5 to 15 minutes. And they have a very specific role, but they're not for everybody. If you've got to screen a few thousand people, 4 tests an hour doesn't get you there on the important role. And again, coming into the market at 50,000 per day is really an important adjunct to us. She talked about Gene Expert from Cepheid. Very important. We don't talk about that very much, but it is one of the backbone mobile point of care, not as easy to do per se as the Abbott, but it is a point of care test that really carries tuberculosis all through Africa. There are these machines, you saw that on her slide. Every one of the 50 states has this at over 600 sites, and they've done over 700,000 tests just on that relatively low, but very important platform. Next slide, please. I wanted to give you an idea sort of how the tests are distributed and how they're changing over time. On the left are the state public health laboratories, and although their numbers are relatively small, about 350,000, the state public health laboratories are absolutely critical. They're an absolutely critical core component of our testing. Not only were they there early and first, but they also do things like support outbreak investigations in nursing homes or investigations in certain plants that have a close proximity with everyone because of their work environments. They also do testing on many people who do not have the opportunity to be tested elsewhere, and they are performing outstandingly well. ACLA, I know we hit acronyms, but the American Clinical Laboratory Association. This is America's commercial industrial backbone that we're standing behind the president and the vice president. And when I was there a few weeks ago in the Rose Garden, this is the LabCorp, the Quest, the BioReference Laboratory, Mayo, Sonic, and ARUP. And you'll see they've done almost 2.3 million tests. This is the very large high throughput machines that Dr. Burns talks about. And I want to be clear about this group is that it doesn't matter where you are. I just took one of the largest labs and I said, map out for me where you are within 10 miles of where you are, every site in the country. And when you do that, within 10 miles of the site of one of these, 93% of the U.S. population is covered. These are truly national reference labs that cover almost everybody within the United States. So if you cannot get a test at your hospital, the chances are overwhelming that you could send this to these labs that are fully caught up now. They have no backlog of tests. They've ramped up their production, so their turnaround time.
Bên phải này chúng ta thấy có hệ thống hamburger gọi là In-N-Out Burger. Hệ thống này thì ở Việt Nam chưa có, nhưng mà ở đây là một trong những cái hệ thống mà là nhiều người thích. Nó không có lớn như McDonald's hay Burger King, nhưng mà nó có cái vị riêng của nó. Và họ không có cho franchise ra, không có cho làm ra chuỗi nhiều, chỉ trong vòng thân hữu gia đình của họ mới được thôi, chứ không làm đại trà. Nhưng mà lúc nào cũng đông hết á. Kể cả thời buổi bây giờ cũng đông luôn.
Exactly if a person is positive or not to go on a clinical trial or in a nursing home investigation, or sometimes to get people screened to go back into the work environment. Most people don't need a point of care test. In fact, a point of care test cannot replace the millions of tests that are here on the other side. Next one.
Sunset Boulevard thì đi xuống dưới thành
I didn't know
Santa
if
Monica.
you were on swabs. I did not know a lot of swabs before a few weeks ago. But there's 2 points I want to make with these slides. Is yes, there have been constraining rules. They're constrained for a couple of reasons. One, because this is an unprecedented scale of this type of very sophisticated molecular test that has never put a demand on the system. When we started out a few weeks ago, there's very specific one type of swab, only get it one place in the US, one place in Italy. And we were stuck with that for a while because it's not just the quantity, it's the quality. What I don't want to do is put a lot of things in the system to make people believe that this is a good test when it hasn't been validated by the FDA to say that a positive is a positive and a negative is a negative. But over the past week, both the scientific community, the Gates Foundation, academic medical centers, the FDA, have really opened up our ability to not stick that all the way back in your nasopharynx, but do the anterior nose and to greatly broaden the amount of swab types that are available. So we are really at a point right now that over the next, by the end of April, we'll put another 5 million swabs in addition to everything that's out there now. And by the end of May, over 12 million swabs in the system, more than enough to obtain the capacity that we need. For these molecular tests, you take a swab and you stick
Are we
it in
going to the
test.
beach
That
right here
test
right now?
has the
Or right here?
specific kind of liquid. And when we started, it was viral transport. Very special kind of media. CDC has a make your own recipe. If you're interested
sure.
in cooking, you can probably do that. But it has a lot of ingredients that go in there. It's still very limited. We've worked with many, many different laboratories. We've worked with the FDA. So now PBS, phosphate buffered saline, a kind of just laboratory grade salt water can be used for this.
To left
This
here.
greatly opens the ability to expand the test to support all the capability that Dr. Burks talks about. And again, by the end of April, we will have put well over 5 billion new tubes of either viral transport media or saline into the system. I am going to get to a conclusion here, but this was going to be more of a technical briefing. Next slide. So, let's talk about the fact that the science tells us that we have and will continue to have enough tests to safely go into phase 1. So let me be very granular about this. We've already heard that it is beyond the possibility to test everyone in this country every day.
Santa Monica.
It's not possible. But it's also a bad strategy because testing a person now just means they're negative now.
Đây cũng là một trong những khu
Tomorrow because it's brewing in
dân
the
cư
system
rất là
and we
sang
don't
trọng
know
ở đây.
it, or that he contacts that. That's not the way we go about things. The way we go about things is, as Dr. Redfield said, just think of the weather radar. Okay, if the weather radar is clear,
Rất nhiều cây xanh ở trước nhà.
thunderstorm or tornado. When something pops up, that's when you've got to go to where the action is or know that your warning system is up. So sort of think of that in the background, and I'll go specifically about that. So that's monitoring. When we talk about how much testing we need just for overall testing, I'm just going to give you a number. I'm not saying that this is the number that's there, but let's just take a number that we are going to enter phase 1 when there are 200,000 new cases per month in the United States. Don't get hung up on that. It's going to be much less than that, but let's just say 200,000 cases. So how many tests do we need? Well, we need to test those 200,000 people to make the diagnosis, right? Everybody nod your head about that. We have to do that. Now, what's a safe number over that? I'm not testing enough, right? But if I test 100 people to have one person with the disease, that's probably over testing. So we kind of assume that a safe number that really gives us a good idea is if about 1 out of 10 people are positive, then we know we're oversampling the population enough that we're getting all the positives. So if there's 200,000 cases, I need about 2 million tests, okay? Now, to go to Dr. Redfield's point, each one of those that are positive have contacts that need to be traced. And on average, the CDC tells me that for every positive, there are about 5 contacts that really need to be tested. So let's assume that those 200,000 people have 5 contacts. So now we have an extra million tests. So 2 million tests out there to detect the 200,000 cases, an extra million out there to trace those contacts. So we're up to about 3 million cases. If you want to put a fudge factor, say that's 4 million.
You go to the beach and go down.
Okay. Those are generally done at the main hospital labs, the commercial labs, state and regional labs. All this can be done, as well as some of the labs talked about by Dr. Burks. Next slide. The second group of testing fits exactly perfectly with the influenza-like surveillance system that Dr. Redfield talked about. This is the monitoring. This is sort of the radar, the weather radar that it would be out there. That we're not testing people who are symptomatic. We want to do testing on people who are asymptomatic, because you can have asymptomatic carriage. You know, you could have this virus shed it and not have symptoms or only mild symptoms. So what is the strategy here? The strategy here, this is an unprecedented strategy. Okay, this is really unprecedented. But we're going to do between 300,000 and 500,000 tests per week in the most vulnerable populations that we know that the virus could circulate. What are they? Number one, nursing home and long-term care facilities. We know that from the history of this virus, that can circulate and be devastating, and it could circulate even in a way that we don't have symptoms. So we're going to survey in a very controlled way, driven by the CDC, supervised by the CDC. Surveys over, we may not get to everyone, but surveying in the areas that cover.
Bây giờ chúng ta sẽ đi dọc theo con đường những con đường cũng nổi tiếng nữa là con đường Santa Monica, đi ra phía biển Santa Monica.
And this is the way we think about that is community health centers. I'm a huge fan of community health centers that are led by HRSA. There are about 30,000 community health center sites. They take care of 30 million people, children, adults, elderly. They care for about 1/3 of Americans below the poverty level. They are arrayed to take care of our most vulnerable populations. So we want to survey asymptomatic people in those community health centers. We also want some of our indigenous population. We know very early, I was out here bringing machines to the Indian Health Service. In fact, 1,800 members of the Public Health Service provide care
Go straight,
to the Indian Health Service, and their director and chief medical officer are both admirals in the Indian Health Service. Plus workplace monitoring, particularly for workplace environments that may have very close contact or may have high risk, and some of those can be agricultural facilities. So let's just total that out. We have 200,000 people who need a diagnosis. To make that diagnosis, we want to test 2 million. Okay, so that's 2 million. We're going to contact trace with 1 million. And let's just throw you a fudge factor of about 25% on that, so that's 4 million. And we have this background testing of about 400,000 per month. So to safely do the testing, we need to be in the range of 4.5 million. You followed my numbers, so I want you to understand, per month. Pardon me? For phase 1, right? For phase 1. And I want to tell you that's really how it adds up, and that's where we are. Right now we're doing about 1 million to 1.2 million per week. We're going to continue to push that farther and further as we open up the laboratories and we're able to open all the supplies that we need for that. I think that's where I would like to go. Thank you.
I'll ask the team to step back up for questions. You anticipate as a schedule committee, the president will return. Please.
Will there be enough testing for phase 2? Do you have to ramp up the capacity for that, or how do you deal with that?
Yeah, that's a great question, and what we will be doing
Bên
is
này chúng ta thấy một cái thiết kế rất là hay. Các trên các cửa sổ là có cây cối luôn.
So if we find that there's a lot of asymptomatic individuals that we find in this preventive monitoring, what we are very much concerned about in most America, then we will have to have mass testing for all of those sites.
And as we've made clear to the governors and other health officials, we're going to continue to scale testing. As the President's made clear, we want governors and states to manage the testing operations in their states. We've given criteria, we've given guidance for how we think that would best operate. But we're looking for the states, we're looking for the governors to manage it. But in the midst of that, all these great experts working with all these great facilities are going to continue to use that great American ingenuity to scale and increase the availability of testing for states to be able to implement as they move closer and closer to that day the President speaks of often, where we reopen America and put all of America back to work. Mr. President?
You did well. They all did well. Okay. I bet they did. Please, go ahead.
Earlier today, Jay Inslee said that your tweets encouraging
Who said this?
liberation, Jay Inslee said your tweets encouraging liberation in Michigan, Minnesota, Virginia were fomenting rebellion. Wondering how that squares with the sober and methodical guidance that you issued yesterday.
Well, I think we do have a sober guidance, but I think some things are too tough. And if you look at some of the states you just mentioned, it's too tough, not only relative to this, but what they've done in Virginia with respect to the Second Amendment is just a horrible thing. They did a horrible thing to the governor. And he's a governor under a cloud to start off with. So when you see what he's saying about the Second Amendment, and you see what other states have done, then I think we're glad.
Just to be clear, when you talk about these states, Michigan, Minnesota, Virginia, do you think that they should lift their stay-at-home orders, or can you talk?
I think elements of what they've done are too much. It's just too much.
Có ra biển không?
Because I've already said, but certainly the second.
Biển Go 405.
State of Virginia, what they've done in Virginia is just too bad.
Sir, are you concerned though that people coming out in protest are going to spread COVID to other people that are congregating in ways that health experts have said they should not?
These are people, especially because I see what they are, I see the way they work, and they seem to be very responsible people to me. They've been treated really well.
Thanks, Mr. President. I'm curious about some more of the dynamics we might see as the country begins reopening, as you put it, kind of like a puzzle. So as you've mentioned, we have states where we're already seeing the curves begin to flatten, but then there are others like Florida, where it's being started at once. So can you talk a little bit about some of the difficulties that those later states are facing down longer as other places around them are starting to open back up?
Well, we're seeing great numbers in almost every state. We're seeing big drops. We're not seeing the beds. You have to look at the beds. The beds being occupied, people going, which is essentially people going in. That means that you have fewer people that are sick, fewer people that feel they have to go to a hospital. Those numbers are dropping.
Đây là những khu nhà ở trong khu Beverly Hills,
We're just seeing a lot of good
nhà của
stuff.
những
A place like New York, New Jersey,
giới nghệ sĩ cũng ở trong khu này.
certain parts of Louisiana. Louisiana's been incredible lately when you look at that drop. That drop has really been great. Michigan's had a hard time, but it's starting to do well. So I just think Illinois is another one. You know, you look at some of the numbers, but everyone is dropping, and they're dropping rather quickly. We don't have any hotspot that's developed where all of a sudden you say, well, other than we did have a repacking plant or two where incredibly we had some, you saw the number was rather incredible what took place in that plant. People would ask about that. Where they want that coming.
Những khu nhà nhiều triệu bạc ở đây.
It was a weird situation, but generally speaking, it's been very good. The numbers have been really improving greatly. Please, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Mr. President. U.S. intelligence is saying this week that the coronavirus likely came from a level 4 lab in Wuhan. There's also another report that the NIH, under the Obama administration in 2015, gave that lab $3.7 million in a grant. Why would the U.S. give a grant like that to China?
The Obama administration gave them a grant of $3.7 million. I've been hearing about that. And we've been instructed that if any grants are going to that area, we're looking at it literally about
Để ý những khu những nhà trong cái khu này là cái sân phía trước của họ rất rộng và thiết kế sân vườn rất là sang trọng.
we're going to look at it and take a look, but I understand it was a number of years ago. Right?
So you are
When did you hear was the grant was made?
2015.
2015. Who was president then? I wonder. Okay. Yes.
Mr. President, we know negotiations are underway for the next round of funding for small businesses. If tens of billions of dollars went in a matter of days the first time, will this next relief package be enough?
Well, I think it will certainly, it's going to get us to a point that's going to be rather beautiful. We think that that will be the point, and it could be they went more, but maybe at a certain point we're going to stop. It's been a tremendous success. It's been executed flawlessly. SBA's done a very good job, but the banks have done a great job, whether it was Bank of America or Wells Fargo. The community banks have been incredible. I think we had over 4,000 community banks. A lot of people didn't know you had that many banks, but 4,000 community banks, they gave the money out. It's so organized, and it's been such a great program. And so essentially we're waiting for $250 billion. The Democrats are refusing to do it. This is money that essentially is going to the workers. It's going to keep these companies whole. Restaurants and a lot of great companies. And it's a small amount of money relative to what it represents, because it represents small businesses, it represents them staying in business. And you know, when you look at it, people don't know, small businesses represent approximately 50% of the power of our business enterprises. Not all the big monster businesses you can read about every day. It's all of these small businesses. It's something that...
Bây giờ chúng ta đang chạy ra hướng biển của Beverly Hills, của thành phố Beverly.
Nearly 10% of the loans that were given out were for $5 million, but some small business owners say they can't even get a loan for $100,000. Is that acceptable?
Well, they would get that, but they have to approve it. Nobody knew it was going to be successful. Don't forget, when you say that it's been a tremendous successful program. And some people won't be able to get there, keep their business open unless they get that money. It's been a tremendous success.
Put it back to
executed flawlessly. It's been, with few exceptions, it's really been good. And I think the Democrats are going to do it. Nancy Pelosi, she's away on vacation or something, and she should come back. She should come back and get this done. I don't know why she's not coming back. The fact is, she's not doing her job, and there's nothing unusual about that.
Legal McCarthy said they're now considering also adding more funding for hospitals included.
So they are thinking about hospitals, and hospitals, well, hospitals are a good thing. Hospitals have been decimated by this. You know, they've given up their business, which is good because they did the right thing in order to take care of the COVID-19. And no, hospitals, I'm with that all the way. If they want to add hospitals, we could also add it into phase 4. If we do a phase 4, phase 4 would be hopefully infrastructure. A lot of people are talking about the best thing we could do for this country would be the payroll tax cut that I've been suggesting. A lot of Democrats like it, believe it or not. The payroll tax cut. And Mark Laffer is tremendous. He's tremendous. In fact, he recently got the presidential economist with Donald Reagan. He looks like he's 25 years old. So great. But Mark Laffer said the single best thing you can do is the payroll tax cut. And I would just about agree with that. And I'd like to see that. I'm not sure we're going to get one, but I think that's something that can be done. It's something that's really good for the company that employs these people and for the people that are employed. So we're going to see whether that happens or not. I put it out there. The payroll tax cut would be a tremendous incentive for this country.
China now says its coronavirus death toll in Wuhan is 50% higher, up to about 4,000. Does that sound like a credible number to you?
Well, you know, when I listen to the president and say, we have they announced that essentially they're doubling up on the numbers, and that's only in Wuhan. They're not talking about outside of Wuhan. So It is what it is, Steve. It is what it is. What a sad state of affairs.
Investigation into whether the virus escaped from this lab in Wuhan. How active is that? And
Well, we're looking at it. A lot of people are looking at it. It seems to make sense. They talk about a certain kind of bat, but that bat wasn't in that area. You can believe this. That's what they're down to now is bats. But that bat is not in that area. That bat wasn't sold at that wet zone. It wasn't sold there. That bat is 40 miles away. So, I'm strange things are happening, but there is a lot of investigation going on. We're going to find out. All I can say is wherever it came from China, in whatever form, 184 countries are suffering. And it's bad, isn't it? Putting myself first. It's just starting to put myself
Thank you, sir. So, about the 80 million payments that have gone out, you mentioned you said that less than 1% have had snafus, but that could be 800,000 snafus. So, also
I'm saying it's less than 1%, and the snafus are very minor. And they're not very fast. They were 80 million payments went out over a period of a few days. And they caught certain mistakes that they made, but this is a tiny amount of mistakes. I can tell you mistakes were made in government where wrong countries were signed, okay? 80 million, this has been a tremendous success. And any mistake that was made, they've been caught. And it's less than 1%. That's a very good percentage. I can tell you for government. I mean, how about the Obama website, the Obamacare website, where they spent $5 billion on building a website that you could have built for peanuts? Okay.
If money went out to these people, is the government going to get that back?
Yeah. Anything that was sent out, it's like sometimes you send a check to somebody. Sometimes people are listed. They die. They get a check. They can have it. I'm talking about, I guess the number is about 80 million. They've done a fantastic job. This was done in a matter of a few days. Yeah.
Your campaign said today that they are planning on resuming rallies before the election. Is there a timeline that you're looking at? Would it be restricted to certain states? Have you thought about how that would work?
Well, I hope we can do rallies. It's great for the country. It's great spirit. It's great for a lot of things. For me, it's a tremendous way of getting the word out. Look at our success rate. We've had tremendous success. We really have rallies, including endorsements and candidates. Success rate is, I think, one more. So I certainly hope we can have rallies. We'll find out. I don't like the rallies where we're sitting like you're sitting. I mean, we got many reporters outside trying to get into this room. I come in, I'm looking at this room, and I see all this. It loses a lot of flavor. It loses, to me, a lot of flavor. But I hope we're going to have rallies. I will say this, the rallies that we're having, we have to stop with the rallies were bigger than they were. I think even substantially bigger. We were the biggest arena. We're only 20,000, 30,000 people sometimes. Because I think we said in New Jersey we had 175,000 people show up for an arena that holds 9,000 people. And they showed up. And the reporters even reported that. That was almost shocking to me. But I hope we can resume rallies because I think they're an important part of politics, actually. Yeah.
President, under your reopening plan, some workers can go back to work in phase 1, but schools cannot reopen until phase 2. Many parents don't have an option to work from home. So how can you get businesses back up and running as long as schools are closed?
Well, I think the businesses are going to, and I think now we've given the businesses the real. Thank you very much. We continue to see a number of positive signs that the virus has passed its peak. It's been very devastating all over the world. In different countries. Just a week ago. Dr. Birx will walk through some of these trends in a few moments, but they're very positive trends for winning. For a win. To close it out. While we mourn the tragic loss of life, and you can't mourn it any stronger than we're mourning it. The United States has produced dramatically better health outcomes than any other country, with a possible exception of Germany, and I think as good. per capita basis, remember that, on a per capita basis, our mortality rate is far lower than other nations of Western Europe, with the lone exception of possibly Germany. This includes the UK, Switzerland, Belgium, the Netherlands, Italy, France. Spain, for example, has a mortality rate that is nearly 4 times.
Chúng ta đang nghe cái cuộc họp báo ngày hôm nay của Tổng thống Trump đang nói chuyện. Ông nói rằng là cho thấy rằng là hiện nay con số cho thấy là đã đi qua cái thời kỳ đỉnh cao của dịch bệnh của Hoa Kỳ rồi. Và ông đem so sánh với lại những cái nước châu Âu thì ông nói là cái tỷ lệ chết của Hoa Kỳ, nếu không nói về con số nhưng mà nói về tỷ lệ thì là thấp hơn rất nhiều so với những cái nước khác, trừ nước Đức ra thì thấp hơn rất nhiều nước, đặc biệt là Tây Ban Nha hiện nay rất cao.
Since we released the guidelines to open up America again, and this was 2 days ago, a number of states led by both Democrat and Republican governors have announced concrete steps to begin a safe, gradual, and phased opening. Texas and Vermont will allow certain businesses to open on Monday while still requiring appropriate social distancing.
Ông nói rằng là nhiều tiểu bang, nhiều thống đốc tiểu bang đã đồng ý sẽ mở lại công việc vào thời gian tới, đặc biệt là hai tiểu bang Texas và Vermont sẽ mở vào thứ Hai, bắt đầu mở vào thứ Hai, trong khi vẫn giữ những cái cách an toàn. Bây giờ thì chúng ta không còn nghe tới cái chuyện mà là thiếu máy thở nữa. Chuyện gì đã xảy ra? Bây giờ chúng ta là có rất là nhiều máy thở rồi, không có lo nữa. Ông lại tấn công vào là nói mấy ông dân chủ cứ bày chuyện ra.
To 1.6 million small businesses across the nation to keep American workers on the payroll.
Sự giúp đỡ của chính phủ đã làm cho 1.6 triệu cái công ty nhỏ của nước Mỹ vẫn giữ được cái sự nhân viên của họ.
Amy Wright from North Carolina, as an example, said the program is a game changer for her and her family. It's coffee shops, and she has 120 employees, many of whom have developmental and intellectual disabilities. And now they're all staying, and they're getting paid, and she's got a...
Ông nói tới một cái mẫu hình là một cái cô bán quán cà phê ở North Carolina có 120 nhân viên, là những người mà có vấn đề về tâm thần cũng như thể chất. Thì tất cả nhân viên đã được giữ lại, không có bị sa thải trong cái thời buổi này nhờ cái sự giúp đỡ của chính quyền. Ông nói tới một cái nhà hàng khác là có 50 nhân viên đã bị sa thải, nhưng mà bây giờ đây thì bắt đầu nhận các nhân viên trở lại.
The Paycheck Protection Program funding is now fully drained. It's out. It's gone. $350 billion to small businesses.
Đã có 350 tỷ đã được đưa ra để giúp đỡ cho các cơ sở thương mại nhỏ giữ lại nhân viên của họ.
switched around a lot. The Republicans want it. I think the Democrats probably do too. But they also want other things that are unacceptable. This is about COVID. This is about...
Ông nói là cái chương trình này là đưa ra là để giúp đỡ cho vấn đề liên quan tới COVID. Đảng Cộng Hòa đưa ra, nhưng mà Đảng Dân Chủ thì cũng muốn đưa thêm một số điều kiện nữa không liên quan tới cái vấn đề COVID này.
My administration is taking steps to protect high-risk communities by providing funding for 13,000 community health center sites and mobile.
Ông nói rằng là chính phủ cung cấp cho ngân sách cho 13.000 trung tâm đã bảo vệ cho những người mà dễ bị lây nhiễm trên toàn quốc. Những cái 13.000 cái trung tâm này cung cấp dịch vụ giúp cho 28 triệu người bị dễ lây nhiễm trên toàn quốc. Ông có nhắc tới là những cái người gốc da đen và những người gốc Mễ Tây Cơ, là cho thấy là cái cộng đồng này dễ bị lây nhiễm. Ông nói rằng là nước Mỹ bây giờ làm xét nghiệm rất là nhiều hơn bất cứ nước nào khác, gấp đôi các nước cộng lại. Ông nói chuyện với lãnh đạo các nước thì mọi lãnh đạo đều công nhận cái vấn đề xét nghiệm của Hoa Kỳ bây giờ rất là tiến bộ rồi. Và ông nói ngay cả mà Singapore đi nữa thì là New York cũng đã xét nghiệm nhiều hơn cả Singapore nữa.
Higher than Singapore, 64% higher than South Korea, 47% higher than Australia. So
nhiều hơn kể cả Nam Hàn, Úc Châu vân vân.
My administration has also been speaking frequently with many of the governors to help them find and unlock the vast unused testing capacity that exists in their states.
Ông nói rằng là chính quyền đã làm việc với các tiểu bang, các lãnh đạo tiểu bang để mà có thể giải tỏa những cái khả năng xét nghiệm có mà lại không sử dụng tới ở trong các tiểu bang. Một số người vẫn phàn nàn quá. Bây giờ đây thì Hoa Kỳ có dẫn đầu về cái số máy thở rồi, sẽ giúp đỡ ngược lại những cái nước khác. Bên Mexico đang cần một cách tuyệt vọng và Hoa Kỳ sẽ giúp cho họ. Hàng tuần là có ngàn cái từ cái công ty nào đó và rất là tiêu chuẩn. Ông nói sẽ đưa nước Mỹ quay lại cho làm việc trở lại một cách an toàn. Bây giờ chúng ta sắp sửa ra tới cái vùng biển Santa Monica.
5 minutes, boom, put it in. And we're making thousands of machines. Abbott is making thousands and thousands of machines, but not everybody's going to get that one, but they're going to get others. We have numerous platforms, which we'll talk about in a minute. Unfortunately, some partisan voices are attempting to politicize the issue of testing, which they shouldn't be doing. Because I inherited.
Rất là đáng tiếc là có một số người lại chính trị hóa cái vấn đề mà là những cái bộ xét nghiệm. Nói rằng là có nhiều nhà thương bây giờ cũng trống trơn. Đây vùng biển Santa Monica tuyệt đẹp. Bình thường thì vùng biển này thứ bảy này là coi như là không có chỗ mà đậu xe, không có chỗ mà chạy xe. Giờ đi thì không có ai cả. Các phòng nơi đây là Santa Monica, chảy lún một xúc chúng ta sẽ thấy có vùng biển Venice Beach nữa. Venice Beach thì thỉnh thoảng hàng năm đều có một cái cuộc biểu tình của các cô đòi quyền bỏ ngực trần mà PhoBolsaTV đã ghi nhận nhiều năm rồi. Đây, Santa Monica. Vào cái thời điểm này là thời điểm mặt trời bắt đầu xuống, rất đẹp ở trong ngày. Các vùng biển chúng ta thấy là đã đặt những cái tấm tre không có cho đi xuống biển nữa. Thời gian đầu nhiều người vì cái vấn đề mà cách ly cho nên họ đổ ra biển, họ đi bộ, hít thở không khí trong lành, nhưng mà bây giờ nó gây ra nhiều cái gọi là còn tệ hại hơn nữa, tức là đông người quá rồi người ta lại đi gần nhau quá. Bây giờ thì các bờ biển của California đã đóng, không có cho người xuống để tránh bị lây nhiễm.
Tremendous testing capability, and people can go, especially with phase one. Now, at the same time, just like with ventilators, we're building out the best ventilators. Just like with ventilators, our testing is getting better and better. I took the first test. The first test was not pleasant. This was not a pleasant thing. I said, "You got to be kidding," to the doctor. "You got to be kidding." Up your nose, and then we hang a right, and it goes down here.
Ông Tổng thống đang nói tới cái chuyện mà ông đã từng xét nghiệm theo cái kiểu mà gọi là cũ, tức là dùng cái cây chọc vào mũi, rất là khó chịu. Bây giờ thì tự nhiên nhà tiên tri vũ trụ Trần Dần gọi vô, không biết là có nên bắt để mà nói chuyện với mọi người hay không. Này có lái xuống được. Ở bạn nào là trục trần gì đó, nói là bắt đi, nhưng mà nhiều người chọc ông trần dần quá cho nên là thôi bắt lên bắt công mọi người chọc ổng nữa. Đây chúng ta thấy biển thì tuyệt đẹp nhưng mà đóng cửa lại hết, không có cho đỡ đi xe vào, cho nên ai vào thì cũng kiếm chỗ mà lác đác đi vào thôi. Are we going down? No, yes, maybe. Yes. Photo. Ta vẫn thấy một số người chịu không nổi phải ra đường tập thể thao. Chúng ta thấy đây là đóng cửa, là không cho xe vào nè. Đó.
President Trump do? Oh, he did terribly. Let's see. Yeah, he did terribly.
This is Manhattan Beach? No.
Unfortunately, some of these voices, though, are attempting to bring this into politics, and whether it's testing or ventilators or hospital beds or other dimensions of our sweeping public health response, we have had a sweeping response. And speaking to the leaders of other countries this morning, they said this incredible.
Cảnh này bây giờ chúng ta nhìn thấy nó giống như là cảnh của trong phim trường Hollywood vậy đó. Tức là phim trường Hollywood là cảnh thì dựng sẵn, nhưng mà khi mà không có phim thì như là nguyên một cái thành phố chết. Bây giờ chúng ta đi về khu vực, đang đi vào khu vực của thành phố Venice Beach. Thành phố Venice Beach này là có nhiều cái khu vực rất đẹp, rất nghệ thuật. thành phố biển.
I think numbers are just coming out where they're estimating 60,000 people will die. That's horrible. I would say one person is too much, especially in this case when it could have been stopped in China. It could have been stopped in China before it started.
What does it say?
Dead end.
Dead end?
No, dead end.
Did they?
This is a dead end. U-turn. You have to take a U-turn.
Okay. We have to U-turn.
Yeah,
Because we're the greatest economy in the history of the world. Better than China, better than any country in the
Không có
world.
dịch ra được hả?
cái này là phải đưa.
Okay. Then how go back?
By far, and I'm honored by the fact that it has started to go up very substantially. That's because the market is strong.
Return right here.
The market is actually brilliant. I've seen viewing it like
Đường này bây giờ là hết đường rồi, chúng ta chạy trở lại thôi.
because if you would have told me that we're at 24,000 or beyond, and the highest we were ever was we never hit 30. We were getting close to 30. So let's say around 29,000. We're at 24. We were heading down. I would start to say, oh wow, we may be heading into territory where I started. I didn't like that. Now we're way up. But if you would have said to me, with what we've gone through, not caused by our country or our people or not caused by certainly anybody within our country, but if you would have said that after going through this horrible plague, that we have a stock market that's much, much higher than when I started, much higher than where I started, and I think we have tremendous momentum. We have a big election coming up, but I think we have tremendous momentum. First, we get rid of the plague, and because of what we're doing with the PPP, what we're doing with the paycheck, as we call it, I think we have a chance to have these companies get back to action quickly. But our approach to testing is based on facts, data, and very hard evidence, not partisan agendas or coordinated political talking points. Mike Pence is a phenomenal guy to making commencement address right now at the Air Force Academy. We're very politically correct. I would say not succeeding. It's very different. I made that speech in the Shop Point at West Point. I think they changed it. They did June 13th because of what's going on. June 13th, West Point. So I'm doing that commencement speech. And they're going to have, sad, but it's a big story. They're going to have the cadets. They may not have the parents, but they're going to have the cadets. The parents are so proud of them. You know, at the Air Force Academy, where Mike is speaking right now, they don't have the parents. They have the cadets. They're very, very widespread. Social distancing. He's intentional. So he's doing that, but they're having it. It's very important to have it. And that's a great thing. That's a great thing. That's a big story. So he's there right now, and I will tell you there's a gentleman appointment. It's a real gentleman. And they requested, the Democrat senators requested a phone call with him yesterday. And I think they have, for the most part, all of them. Most of them were. I heard they were so rude. I used the term today. I said rude and nasty, but I heard they were so rude. No matter what he said, which was all very positive in terms of winning this battle against the invisible enemy, no matter what he said, they were fresh, they were nasty, and it was, I heard, just a terrible thing. And I said, Mike, that's politics. That's what it is. If we came into this room today and said the battle is over, we have won, it's 100% gone, the Democrats would say the president has done a horrible job. He has done a disgraceful job. It is a shame how bad he is. You know, this is the talking points. This is, all you have to do is look at the big V for victory or V for ventilator. Take a look at it. Everybody said they had us on that. They had us. They thought they had us, but we got them done at numbers that nobody would have believed. And we did use our act, our production act, and we used it, but we didn't use it. We didn't need it like a hammer. All we had to do, for the most part, we used it actually in a number of cases, but for the most part, all we had to do was talk about it. All we had to do was say, we're going to use it if you don't do this. And everybody was, for the most part, good. We used it a couple of times because it didn't work out the easy way. It worked out the hard way. But whether it was masks or ventilators, it was incredible what we've been able to do. So this is a very critical time for the American people, and the American people deserve real information and responsible and thoughtful dialogue from their elected leaders and from the media. The media's been some very honest, but some very dishonest. You know that.
Ông nói tới rằng là đây hiện nay thì đây là một cái thời gian rất là khó khăn của Hoa Kỳ và người dân Hoa Kỳ cần có những cái thông tin mà chính xác. Thông tin chính xác từ những người đại diện dân cử của họ cũng như là đại diện từ giới báo chí. Ông nói rằng là giới báo chí thì bên cạnh những cơ quan cũng trung thực thì cũng có những cái cơ quan hết sức là không có trung thực. Ông chỉ trích tờ New York Times, phóng viên của tờ New York Times.
A bad reporter. What happened is she came out and said Mark Meadows was crying, and they made it sound. I said, Mark, and it's okay if he did. I would, look. But I think he was crying probably only for the wrong reason. They had it down. But he's not a crier. And if he was, I've known criers. I can tell you people that you know that are very famous that cry, and that's okay too. But it was a nasty story in so many ways. It was fake news. And she only did it because we exposed her for being a terrible, dishonest reporter. She is. I've known her for a long while. I haven't spoken to her in a long time. I made the mistake. I take a picture with her at the desk a long time ago. Every time she does a story, I say, I haven't spoken to her in many years. That was a mistake. A lot of people are fake. But what happens is she writes this story as retribution, puts it in the New York Times. And the New York Times is a very dishonest newspaper. It's not an opinion, it's actually, from my standpoint, the very hard thing to figure, though, most people wouldn't know that, but I know because I know the facts. And they make up, I said it today, they make up words. Sources say, and most often use sources say. You know what sources say mean? Sources say means they have nobody.
Ông chê trách cái tờ báo New York Times là nói nhiều cái tin giả. Và khi họ nói tin giả thì họ chỉ cần nói là theo nguồn tin nói rằng. Thì ông nói là khi mà tờ New York Times nói là theo nguồn tin có rằng, có nghĩa là họ chả có nguồn tin gì cả để mà nói câu đó. Bây giờ cái khu này là cái khu vực kênh đào của thành phố Venice, nó giống như là khu kênh đào của, nhìn nó giống như là ở bên châu Âu vậy. Khu kênh đào châu Âu.
And I try and tell this, the beautiful thing about doing these conferences is that we have tremendous numbers of viewers, and I'm able to reach the viewers without having to go through fake news where they make a good story into a bad story. So with all of that, it's been an incredible period of time. We've done a fantastic job with the talk of other nations. The leaders of other nations are calling us for help. They're calling us for equipment. They're calling us for testing capacities. Now, with the testing, we are going further. Deborah's going to talk about that now. With the testing, we have some other tests coming up that are going to be, I think, phenomenal. I think they're going to blow away everything as soon as they come out.
Ông Tổng thống đang nói tới là sẽ có một cái loại thử nghiệm sắp tới là sẽ làm cho mọi người hết sức là ngạc nhiên.
How far we've come, and more importantly, where we're going from this point. Because honestly, it's quite amazing. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. President. If we could have the first slide. Wanted to give you an
Where are we going?
update on where we
Is this
are
one way
as
over there?
states and as counties
Two
and
way,
as
right?
cities. I know you all are watching carefully. The numbers have shifted over the last few days. What happens when nations, when
Đường đã
states
đóng rồi, chúng ta phải đi
change their
ra đường khác thôi.
reporting from confirmed to probable, so now all probable cases are included. They had to add them back in. Even though the cases may have been from March, they were added over 14, 15, and 16th of April, and states may continue to be adding them. Eventually, we're hoping that those get accounted for on the day when the presumptive cases or the probable cases were counted, but right now they're added in one fell swoop. So this is New York and New Jersey, and I think we all know how difficult and what a difficult time both New York and New Jersey have had. I call your attention to the axis. It goes up to 250,000 cases, so you can get a frame of how we're talking about some of the other metro areas. Next slide. These are the 25 metro areas, the top 25 metro areas, and you can only see the New York metro area in this slide. Again, the axis goes up to about 300,000, includes the New Jersey part of the metro area as well as part of southern Connecticut. Next slide. But if I take New York out, and the reason I wanted to do that, now the axis is 1/10 of the previous axis. So that previous axis, the previous slide, 300,000, this slide, 30,000. So that will give you a frame of reference for some of these other metros. The reason I wanted to show you this is cumulative cases, and we are still tracking very closely the issues in Chicago and Boston. But on this slide, I hope you can see the yellow line. That is Detroit. And Detroit. And this mayor of Detroit has really done an extraordinary job, and the people of Detroit have done an extraordinary job with their social distancing.
Phía bên phải là những cái khu biệt thự ở Venice,
This is New Orleans.
hướng ra cái phía cái kênh đào.
I was concerned about New Orleans because they had a lot of pre-existing comorbidities. They have 2 or 3 major hospitals, but cover a very large area of geographic area. And that other blue line that you can see, it's down right here. That's the Seattle line. And you can see that their response, because of the nursing home alert, they were one of the first states and the first metro areas to really move to social distancing. And so they've really never had a peak.
You go Washington Boulevard.
Next slide. Then I just want to take you through some of these new case graphics. That was cumulative cases. This is daily cases. And obviously there's a lot of variability in reporting, but you get a sense over time when you look at daily cases. So New Orleans is on the panel on your left and Baton Rouge on your right. You can see clearly New Orleans about a month ago, very low levels, probably less than 50 cases, large peak and spike around the beginning of April, and they have come down. They have it down to very few cases. Again, I showed you before how both their syndromic cases have come down, as well as their actual number of cases. Next slide. This is Seattle, so you can see they had a much lower peak, and this is when we talk about flattening the curve. This is what flattening the curve looks like. It becomes a longer, slower decline, but it never gets very high, and then goes back down.
Trong cuộc họp báo thì bác sĩ Burke đang đưa ra những cái mẫu hình trường hợp các thành phố đều cho thấy cái độ lây nhiễm đang giảm dần ở tất cả các thành phố.
Ensure that everyone is receiving the adequate health care and testing, and they've done quite a good job with testing in Michigan. But all of these states, Louisiana and New York, have tested 30,000 per million inhabitants. Those are some of our highest numbers across the board. And next slide. And so the president talked about the case fatality rates, and we've lost a lot of Americans to this disease, and the pray and hope for each one of them that are in the hospitals and the excellent care. What this graph illustrates is the amazing work of the American people to really adhere to social distancing. This was nothing we had ever attempted to do as a nation, and the world hadn't attempted to do. But they were able to decrease the number of cases so that in general, most of the metro areas never had an issue of complete crisis care of all of their hospitals in a region. And so you can see our case fatality rate is about half to a third of many of the other countries.
Does anybody really believe this number? Does anybody really believe this number?
I put China on there so you could see how basically unrealistic this could be. When highly developed healthcare delivery systems of the United Kingdom and France and Belgium and Italy and Spain with extraordinary doctors and nurses and equipment have case fatality rates in the 20s up to 45, and Belgium is extraordinarily competent healthcare delivery system, and then China at 0.33. You realize that these numbers, and this includes the double number out of Wuhan. So I want really to put it in perspective, but I wanted you also to see how great the care has been for every American that has been hospitalized.
Bà
And that extraordinary
bác sĩ Burke có nói tới rằng là
that are laboratorians on the front line.
nhờ cái sự cách ly ở nước Mỹ cũng như ở toàn cầu mà bây giờ bắt đầu nó giảm xuống. Cái chuyện cách ly là cái chuyện chưa bao giờ mà nước Mỹ cũng như toàn cầu phải làm cái chuyện này, nhưng mà đã là giảm xuống. Bà cũng nói tới con số người tử vong của Mỹ nếu tính ra về mặt tỷ lệ thì nó thấp hơn rất nhiều so với những nước khác. Tuy nhiên bà cũng nói rằng là những cái nước như là Hoa Kỳ hoặc là châu Âu như là Mỹ, như là Anh, Pháp, Ý vân vân, với cái kỹ thuật, với cái nền y tế tiên tiến như vậy mà nó còn có cái tỷ lệ tử vong như thế thì làm sao có thể so sánh là trong khi đó là Trung Quốc lại cái tỷ lệ tử vong là quá sức là thấp, kể cả là khi mà nhân đôi cái số đó lên như là Trung Quốc vừa mới làm gần đây thì cũng không thể có con số như bà không nói rõ là Trung Quốc đã nói dối như là ông Trump. Bà là người chuyên nghiệp, bác sĩ chuyên nghiệp, cho nên bà không nói liên quan tới những cái chữ đó, nhưng mà ông Trump nói rất là rõ. Ông nói là có ai tin nổi cái chuyện đó không?
Colleagues who were in the midst of their battle themselves. And so there is never an excuse to not share information. When you are the first country to have an outbreak, you really.
Bà nói rằng không thể có một cái lý do nào mà có thể bào chữa được cho cái chuyện mà Trung Quốc không có chia sẻ thông tin của họ cho thế giới khi mà họ là cái nước đầu tiên bị bùng phát như vậy.
Show you this really encouraging and great news. So we know that fatalities will continue to lag because people are in hospitals still, and some are still in intensive care units. But these COVID-like illnesses, this is our hospitalizations that are related to flu for 100,000 Americans. This is this year's flu season, and you can see our COVID-like illnesses, and this is all of them, probable and confirmed cases. Our hospitalizations are declining. Now, I showed you metros that have made tremendous progress, and we've been up here many times talking about it being 6, 10, 15 additional cities, and now we're really just focused on Chicago and Boston and Massachusetts, and really some issues that Providence is starting to improve now.
Giờ đây chỉ còn có một vài thành phố như là Chicago, Boston là đáng chú ý nhiều tới, và những thành phố đó cũng đang có tiến triển Thank
the data team who puts these together for me. So they are working to about 3:30 every morning to make sure that we have the most up-to-date information. That's the data that goes to our supply chain individuals to ensure that every hospital in every state and every community has what they need based on data, and to make sure that we're serving the needs of the American people as effectively as possible. Thank you, Mr. President.
The fact is that we've been learning a lot from Deborah, Tony, and so many of the professionals, the director. PEPFAR, we're spending the United States, that help to the best of my knowledge, mostly in Africa, $6 billion a year. That's on AIDS. What we've done for AIDS in Africa is unbelievable. We spend $6 billion a year. That's been going on for a long time. Nobody knows that. You've never heard that. I've never heard that. $6 billion a year. Millions of people are living right now and living very comfortably because of the fact that we have found the answer to that horrible, horrible plague. That was a plague. But we spend $6 billion a year. And from what I hear, it's very well spent, done by professionals, including this great professional right here. That was the thing that you worked hardest on, and something that was very close to her heart. So it's, it's something that I think people should start hearing. The World Health Organization, we're just finding more and more problems, and we spend this money really well. There are other ways we can spend the $500 million. That's $500 million. This is $6 billion. But we can find other ways to spend it where people are going to be helped. We think in a much greater way. We're doing some research on certain people that take a lot of credit for what they do, and NIH is giving away a lot of money. We give away for many years, they give away a lot of money, and some people complain and some people don't. Some people are extremely happy. So we're looking into that also. They're giving away approximately, as I understand it, recently more than $32 billion a year. $32 billion. And so we've been looking at that for a while. Having some statements to be made about that. $32 billion a year. It's a lot of money, and we want to make sure it's being spent wisely. And we've been doing that, by the way. We'll have some statements on that. And those are much bigger numbers than what we're talking about with national. If you maybe look at with our friends from wherever they come from, 500 million is a lot of money, but it's not a lot compared to the kind of money that we give out. I think over the years it's been averaging about $32 billion. $32 billion.
Ông nói là con số tiền mà gọi là đã ngưng lại cho cái tổ chức WHO là 500 triệu đó là con số lớn rồi, mà cũng không so sánh lớn bằng con số 32 tỷ mà Hoa Kỳ vẫn chi ra hàng năm. Bây giờ ông sẽ xem xét lại những cái con số đó để cho nó hoạt động một cách hữu hiệu.
All right, so we're looking at a lot of things. There's tremendous waste in our government. We found it in many different ways and in many different forms. And this is one of them. We can spend, I was talking to Dr. Burks, we can spend $500 million using all of it in a much more efficient manner if we choose to do that. And it'll be to the good of many more people than are getting it right now. But you look at the mistakes that were made, I mean, so late, long after I said we have to close off our country. They were actually against our closing off our country to China when I did that in January. They were against that. They didn't like the idea of closing off our country. They said it was a bad thing to do, actually. And they've since taken
Ông không nói rõ ra cái tổ chức WHO, nhưng mà ông nhắc tới con số 500 triệu là sẽ được sử dụng lại những cái nơi khác cho nó hữu hiệu hơn.
He said it would have been very significantly greater had we not done that. So we made a lot of moves that were good moves, but it's still a very depressing subject because it's a lot of death. And if it was stopped very early on at the source, before it started blowing into these proportions, you have 184 countries that would have been in a lot better shape. But our country is getting back, and I expect that we're going to be bigger, better, and stronger than ever before. I will take a few questions.
Ông nói rằng là ông bây giờ ông bắt đầu lấy những câu hỏi.
China a few times today, that clearly suggesting that the data has not been good. And
Well, you tell me, do you think that data is good when you see that? Do you think that's correct? Okay. Do you honestly believe that's correct?
dramatic contrast. So my question to you,
Dramatic? Yeah, that's-
my question to you, sir, is
Why didn't the press? Why didn't you people figure that out? Though, why do we have to put up a chart? The number is impossible. It's an impossible number to hit. But why haven't you come up and said that?
is China now cooperating with the United States to figure out what happened, and what do you want from them now?
Well, they said they're doing an investigation. That they're doing an investigation. So let's see what happens with their investigation. But we're doing investigations also. Yeah, go ahead, please.
You've spoken, we heard Dr. Burks a moment ago say that every country has a responsibility to tell the rest of the world what's going on.
Giờ chúng ta sẽ trở ra xa lộ để đi về và lại quận Cam, rồi thành phố Los Angeles về lại quận Cam.
Well, if they were knowingly responsible, certainly. If it was a mistake is a mistake. But if they were knowingly responsible, yeah, then there should be consequences. You're talking about, potentially.
Một phóng viên hỏi.
Seen since 1917. And the other thing, had we not done what we did in terms of closing, because there is that concept of let's let it ride. But at some point I'm going to have to. I don't want to embarrass countries that I like and leaders that I like. We have to see some of these numbers. In my opinion, so we're talking about maybe 60,000 or so. That's a lot of people, but that's 100,000 was the minimum we thought that we could get to. We'll be lower than that number. Anywhere from 100 to 220,000 people. But I really believe it could have been millions of people. We made a lot of good decisions, but one of those things. Go ahead.
Một phóng viên hỏi rằng là ông nói rằng là Trung Quốc sẽ phải chịu trách nhiệm, thì Trung Quốc sẽ chịu trách nhiệm hay không? Ông nói rằng là nếu mà nó là vô ý là sai lầm thì không nói làm gì, nhưng mà nếu mà Trung Quốc mà cố ý chắc chắn Trung Quốc sẽ phải chịu trách nhiệm.
Also, the testing equipment that you need to implement your recommendations.
But who are you with?
I was on TMN. Recommendations for
TMN. What's
TMN?
What? My name's Doug Christian, the Talk Media News. Yes.
Talk Media News.
And
go ahead, keep reading your question.
The thing is, how to make companies build these testing equipment so that you can do what you want.
Well, we're doing that already. We're doing it right now with ventilators. We have General Motors, we have General Electric, we have 11 different companies, great companies, building them for us all over the United States. We're starting to make our own gowns, as they call it. We're making some incredible things. And as far as the testing is concerned, most of that now is done in the United States. We're doing it in the United States on different platforms. And so I just don't think you were listening.
We're complaining to
Which senators?
Vice President.
Which senators? Which senators?
Independent Senator Angus King.
He's not an independent, okay? Angus King is worse than any Democrat. Go ahead.
But he said that he was livid, actually.
Yes, he said that. Because he's a Democrat, okay? Angus King is not an independent. He uses that term for whatever reason. It's a waste of time.
Motive type
Oh,
of
yes, he
senator.
is. You haven't seen him. Okay, you haven't seen him. No. Angus King is a Democrat, and that was totally staged.
Những cái buổi họp báo của Tổng thống Trump là hào hứng nhất, vui nhất là cái lúc mà đặt câu hỏi. Hiện nay thì có một phóng viên đặt câu hỏi với ông và đã bị ông vặn lại mấy lần rồi. vặn lại. Thứ nhất là hỏi ông phóng viên đó từ đâu ra, từ cơ quan nào. Sau đó là ông phóng viên có nói tới là sử dụng một cái nguồn để mà nói, thì ông hỏi nguồn ở đâu, thì hôm nay phóng viên nói cái tên nguồn, thì ông nói cái nguồn đó không có trung thực, cái nguồn đó là từ một phía của dân chủ.
And people that love mosques. I love mosques, and I'm all in favor of that. But I would say that there could be a difference, and we'll have to see what will happen. Because I've seen a great disparity in this country. I've seen a great disparity. I mean, I've seen a very strong anti-Israel bent in Congress with Democrats. It was unthinkable 7 or 8 or 10 years ago, and now they're into a whole different thing between Omar and AOC. I say AOC plus 3, add them on. You have, I mean, the things that they say about Israel are so bad, and I can't believe it. Now, so I would be interested to see that, because they go after Christian churches, but they don't tend to go after mosques, and I don't want them to go after mosques, but I do want to see what their bent is. Yes, please, in the back.
Mr. President, that in fact,
Go ahead, please.
suggesting that imams wouldn't follow social distancing.
I think that I just had a call with imams. I just had a call with ministers, rabbis. We had a tremendous call with the faith leaders. No, I don't think that at all. I am somebody that believes in faith, and it matters not what your faith is, but our politicians differently, and they seem to think, and I don't know what happened with our country, but the Christian faith is treated much differently than it was, and I think it's treated very unfairly. Yes, please, go ahead, the back.
Let's go. Department of Justice will in fact support.
Going in, please. Going in.
Mr. President, the Paycheck Protection Program saved an estimated 15 million jobs run out of money. The Democrats, specifically Nancy Pelosi, have been blocking that funding. Do you know why Speaker Pelosi is driving the veto on that?
Well, she thinks it's politics. I don't think it's good politics.
Câu hỏi này
Nancy Pelosi's been blocking it. Schumer's been blocking it. And I think they think it's good politics. I don't think it's good politics. I think it's bad politics, but I don't care about the politics. It's so great for our country, because we're going to have all of these companies that are, you know, it's a bigger employer. Let's say it's the same, but essentially it's the same power, all of these small businesses added together, as the big companies, about 50-50. And it's so important. And they will be scattered if we weren't able to do what we're doing. And essentially, we're giving these small businesses that won't make it, they can't because they're closed. We're giving them money to take care of their employees, so when we open, they can get back into business. It's been a very popular plan, even with Democrats. I think it basically passed unanimously twice, the first section, which is $350 billion. So we're trying to get 250. Nancy Pelosi is blocking it. She sits in her house in San Francisco, overlooking the ocean. And she doesn't want to come back. She doesn't want to come back. She doesn't want to come back to D.C. She's got to get back and get this thing approved. It's very important. Please.
Câu hỏi vừa rồi thì lâu lắm mới thấy một cái câu hỏi theo cái kiểu xu hướng là có vẻ có lợi cho ông Donald Trump. Câu hỏi đặt ra là của một cô nào đó, đặt ra là cái lệnh giúp đỡ vừa rồi để mà giúp đỡ cho các cơ sở thương mại mà trả lương cho nhân viên đó, là có thể giúp được cho 15 triệu cơ sở thương mại. Mà tại sao bà Nancy Pelosi lại không có, bà Nancy Pelosi lại là làm khó với cái chuyện đó? Thì ông Trump câu này là chắc thích rồi, cho nên ông trả lời rằng là rõ ràng là tại vì bà ấy không phải là bà ấy cố tình là người làm chính trị. Bà ấy hiện nay thì đang ngồi ở nhà chứ không có tới chỗ làm ở Washington nữa. Bà ngồi ở nhà ở San Francisco, nhìn ra bờ biển để mà không có quay trở lại cái Washington để mà làm việc. Ông nói rằng cái số tiền này không phải là để mà giúp họ ngay bây giờ, tại vì bây giờ ai cũng đóng rồi, nhưng mà số tiền đó là để họ có trong tay để mà khi mà bắt đầu có thể mở trở lại á, thì họ có thể mướn nhân viên quay trở lại làm việc ngay. Vậy cái chi tiết là bà Nancy Pelosi bà hiện nay ở San Francisco chứ không quay trở lại Washington để làm việc đó. Lẽ ra là những người làm luật là phải tới làm việc đó. Thì không biết là có phải vì bà cũng ớn là nếu mà quay trở lại Washington mà lây bệnh thì phiền lắm không? Nhưng mà chúng ta thấy là hiện nay thì chính phủ vẫn cứ phải làm việc.
Some of them are being unreasonable. I really believe that they're being unreasonable. But I think Virginia is a great case now because they're using this. They're trying to take your guns away in Virginia. And if people in Virginia aren't careful, that's what's going to happen to them. So yeah, I mean, I could see where he's coming from. I think it's a strong statement because hopefully this will be over very soon for all of us. But some have gotten carried away. They have absolutely gotten carried away.
Protesting your social distancing guidelines?
I don't know. I mean, I notice there are a lot of protests out there, and I just think that some of the governors have gotten carried away. You know, we have a lot of people that don't have to be told to do what they're doing. They've been really doing everything we've asked them. We have a few states where, frankly, I spoke to the governors, and I could have gotten them to do, if I wanted to do what would have been perhaps politically correct. But they've been doing incredibly anyway, and as one of them said, everybody's doing exactly the same. In fact, our record is better than states where they're under a mandate or, you know, where they've agreed to do certain things. And we have some great states out there. We have incredible people in our country. And for the most part, that it's a strong statement, but I understand where it's coming from. And I think one of the greats would be one of the really important places that people really have to start looking at is what's going on in Virginia, because that's a mess with really a governor that's under siege anyway. Yeah, please. No, with the beautiful head of white hair. Go ahead. I'll tell you if I like his hair in about a minute after he asks the question.
On that point, though, does the tweeting about, in the case of Virginia, linking the Second Amendment to some issues of elections and date not potentially pose a concern for the governors and civil unrest potentially on those cases? I have a second question.
Well, I think just for that question, I think that's an easy one. That's not even politics. We're entitled to a Second Amendment, and he's trying to take the Second Amendment, meaning that state is trying to take the Democrats in that state. The Republicans are fighting it. They're trying to take that Second Amendment right, that Second Amendment right away. To me, that's liberty. That's when I say liberate Virginia, I would say liberate Virginia when that kind of thing happens. And where does it all stop? So I think it's a very good analogy. Go ahead.
Sure, I mean, is this the right time to kind of bring in a Second Amendment issue?
I think when they talk about taking your guns away, and if you notice, at the beginning of this pandemic, there were more guns sold, I think, than at almost any time in history. So it's obviously a big issue. And then you have them working and signing documents trying to take your Second Amendment away, essentially. So I do think it's an appropriate time to bring it up. Go ahead, second.
Last week, after kind of an extraordinary slew of events from adversaries, North Korea, Russia, China, and Iran, all kind of pushing back on U.S. policy or toying with U.S. military forces. What's your message to these countries who may be trying to take advantage?
I don't see it. We had a very good relationship with Russia. We worked on the oil deal together. I was with by telephone, the King of Saudi Arabia and the President of Russia, Vladimir Putin. We worked out a deal on oil. It was a very important deal to them and to us and to Saudi Arabia. It was in a deadlock. You know, you covered it very well. Actually, the Wall Street Journal covered that very well. I worked with Putin and with the King on that. And President Putin is a total gentleman, and it was very important to get that done. And the King was great. And we actually had to bring in Mexico because Mexico was.
Trong lúc trả lời câu hỏi này thì Tổng thống Trump có nói tới là ông nói chuyện với ông và ông Putin đúng là một gentleman, là một người đàn ông lịch lãm.
If I wasn't elected, you would right now be at war with North Korea. Okay, I'll tell you for your people that don't understand the world and they don't understand how life works. If I wasn't elected, you would right now, maybe the war would be over. Hopefully with a victory. But if you remember when I first came in, we didn't have ammunition. Not a good way to fight a war. President Obama left us no ammunition, okay? And he left us virtually no medical and ventilators. He left us, the cupboard was dry, right? The cupboard was dry. No, I think right now you'd be at war, essentially, in some form. It'd be over, it would be raging with North Korea if I weren't president. We're doing just fine with North Korea, just fine. Let's see how it all ends up. You know, in the meantime, they said, oh, Trump's giving up. And then they said, oh, really, what's he giving up? And they said, I don't know. Then they said, he met. No, I met. No, I have a good relationship with Kim Jong-un. That's not a bad thing to have a good relationship. Obama wanted a relationship. He wouldn't meet with Obama. He wouldn't meet with him. Okay, have a good relationship with him.
Ông nói ông vẫn có cái quan hệ tốt với lại ông Kim Jong-un là ông chủ tịch Bắc Hàn. Trong khi là ông Obama cũng muốn có cái quan hệ tốt đó, nhưng mà ông chủ tịch Bắc Hàn không cần nói chuyện.
Or the haters. They say Trump's given up so much, really? They've actually increased the sanctions. China's been very good on the border. In fact, right now the border is stone cold closed between China and North Korea. Our relationship with China was good until they did this. Once we found out about this, once we found out, look, we just made a.
Ông đang nói những cái mối quan hệ tốt, thí dụ như là quan hệ với Trung Quốc đã rất là tốt cho tới khi họ làm cái chuyện dịch bệnh này ra.
The relationship was good. It's a big difference. You know, the question was asked. Angry or resounding yes, but it depends. Was it a mistake that got out of control, or was it done deliberately? Okay, it's a big difference between those two. In either event, they should have let us go in. You know, we asked to go in very early, and they didn't want us in. I think they were embarrassed. I think they knew it was something bad. I think they were embarrassed. But no, I think we're doing very well. So you said Russia, you said China, you said North Korea, Iran. When I came in, Iran was a terror. We had 82 points of fighting. We had 18 points of major confliction. The first week, I said, tell me about Iran. Sir, we have 18 points of confliction, meaning Yemen, Syria, all of Iraq. They're going into Iraq all over the place. They're a much different nation right now. They stopped that horrible deal. Horrible deal. And they want to talk, except that Kerry violated the Logan Act. He made the deal, and he doesn't want them to listen. I would have made a deal, in my opinion, except that John Kerry made the deal originally, which was a stupid deal to make him $150 billion, gave him $1.8 billion in cash. In green, that would be more than this room 10 times with $100 bills. That you could fill up this room 10 times with $100 bills. It's not that small a room. And I say he violated the Logan Act. I think it's a major violation. I think we would have had a deal if it wasn't for John Kerry. But he doesn't want to be number one embarrassed. Number two, he said, let's wait till after the election. Maybe Sleepy Joe Biden's going to win. And if Sleepy Joe Biden wins, he'll own the United States. And China will own the United States. China's paid us, you know, for the Wall Street Journal, hundreds of billions of dollars. Is that right, tariffs? And we gave a lot of that money, a small percentage, but a lot of money to the farmers. We kept the farmers going great. But hundreds, we're getting tens of billions of dollars in tariffs. And by the way, for those of you that say, oh, we're paying, China devalued their currency in order to pay this. We didn't pay. China paid. They don't like to write that. They also added money into their system, so they paid for that. No, I think you have numerous countries waiting to see whether or not Sleepy Joe wins, because if Sleepy Joe won, they own our country. They will take our country. You know, we had, go back 2 months, we had by far, China was supposed to catch us, you know better than anybody. Wall Street.
Ông đang nói tới ông ứng cử viên đối thủ là ông Joe Biden. Ông nói rằng là chắc là rất là nhiều nước đang đợi cho ông Joe Biden thắng. Tại vì nếu mà ông Joe Biden thắng thì các nước đó sẽ take over nước Mỹ, tức là sẽ leo lên đầu nước Mỹ, trong đó có kể cả Trung Quốc.
China isn't even close. Go back to this. I'm going to keep it that way. When you mentioned Iran is a much different country than it was when I first first came in, Iran was going to take over the entire Middle East. Right now, they just want to survive. They're having protests every week. They're loaded up with the plague, which I don't want. I've offered to help them if they want.
Một phóng viên nhắc tới cái câu hỏi nhắc tới ông Iran đó, thì ông nói là khi mà tôi lên thì Iran nó đã là nằm trên đầu mười mấy nước. Bây giờ thì Iran không có làm được chuyện đó nữa.
Was a terror when I came into office. Right now, they don't want to mess around with us.
Ông nói rằng khi mà ông mới bắt đầu vào chính phủ thì Iran là một chính phủ khủng bố. Còn giờ đây thì Iran không dám làm gì nước Mỹ cả.
And with Iran, I mean that's a different country. And they want to make a deal. The only reason they're being shamed is because the guy that gave them the sweetheart didn't want to met with him many times. He should have never met with him. And in my opinion, he's telling him, don't wait. Maybe Trump will lose, and then you can negotiate with a patsy, with a weak guy, and you'll take over between you and Russia. Nobody's been tough for our group. He knows it better than anybody. Nobody's been tough for our group. Look at the sanctions. Look at what I did with their pipeline going into Europe. Nobody even knew about it. I exposed it. Now everybody talks about it. I think it's a terrible thing for Germany to do. But at the same time, I have a very good relationship with them. And I was able to make a deal with Russia and Saudi Arabia and OPEC Plus. They call it OPEC Plus. That's going to save us, Texas, North Dakota, Oklahoma, other states, energy states. Going to save us hundreds of thousands of jobs. And in fact, your paper wrote an incredible editorial for a change. And Trump made a great.
Ông nói tới rằng là ông có khả năng là có thể làm việc với cả phía Ả Rập Saudi và cả Nga, kể cả cái khối gọi là khối OPEC cộng, OPEC Plus, để mà đem lại lợi lộc rất nhiều cho các tiểu bang của nước Mỹ.
Your reopening plan. Some workers can go back to work in phase 1, but schools cannot reopen until phase 2. Many parents don't have an option to work from home. So how can we get businesses back up and running as long as schools are closed?
Well, I think the businesses are going to, and I think now we've given the businesses a real jolt, a real positive jolt. They're able to keep their employees. You know, without the employees, if the employees leave that area, if they leave. Okay, thank you very much. In a very critical phase of our war against the coronavirus. It's vital that every American follows our guidelines. It will be 30 days to slow the spread. The sacrifices we make over the next 4 weeks will have countless American lives saved. We're going to save a lot of American lives. We're in control of our own fate, very much so. Maintaining social distance, practicing vigorous hygiene, and staying at home are the most effective ways to win the war and to escape danger. While you're fighting this battle from home, we're working with the best scientists, doctors, and researchers anywhere in the world. We're racing to develop new ways to protect against the virus, as well as therapies, treatments, and ultimately a vaccine, and we're making a lot of progress. I think medically a lot of progress. At the same time, we're also racing to get relief to American workers and small businesses.
Bây giờ là đã 7 giờ 42 phút ở giờ California rồi. Trời đã bắt đầu tối rồi. Và chúng ta coi như là như vậy đã đi được một vòng từ quận Cam lên tới LA để mà xem qua những cái địa điểm nổi tiếng ở LA. Hollywood Boulevard, Beverly Hills, những nơi mà có thể nói là chiều thứ Bảy, tối thứ Bảy là nhộn nhịp nhất. Thì giờ đây không khí thì mọi người cũng đã thấy. Có lẽ cảnh này cũng sẽ không kéo dài lâu đâu nữa đâu. Bắt đầu qua tháng 5 là một số nơi bắt đầu mở lác đác trở lại rồi. Mở trong cái sự thận trọng 4 giai đoạn như đã được trình bày trong mấy ngày qua đó. Như vậy thì chuyến du ngoạn đã đủ, đã chấm hết. Thì cái clip ngày hôm nay cũng sẽ chấm hết ở đây. Chúc cho tất cả mọi người sẽ được khỏe mạnh, vượt qua mùa đại dịch này một cách an toàn. Nhớ là luôn chỉ có 3 điều thôi: luôn luôn đeo khẩu trang, luôn luôn rửa tay với xà bông, và cái nữa là đứng cách xa nhau 2 thước. 3 điều đó là coi như là có thể tạo ra được một cái sự an toàn cho mình và cho mọi người. Clip sẽ chấm dứt ở đây. Chào mọi người nhé. Hẹn gặp lại trong những cái chuyến du ngoạn trong những ngày tới.